This is the most terrifying unsolved mystery that will keep you up at night. This is the man in the window who only appears at night. Do you see him? He's standing right there in the window, looking out at us. But when the sun comes up, he disappears. Most people don't see him at all, and those that do are terrified by what they see. That's because he doesn't seem to be human. Some say he's an alien, others say he's the devil himself. But whatever, or whoever he is, he seems to appear every single night. For years, nobody knew what to make of this mysterious man. After all, how could someone stand outside in the freezing cold for hours on end? Why does he only appear at night? And why does he look so sad? Well, after hearing about this mystery, I decided to do some digging. And what I found was both shocking and scary. If you want to know the truth behind the man in the window, then stay tuned because I'm about to show you everything I learned. Just a quick reminder, we would really appreciate it if you could leave a like rating on this video. And with that said, let's begin. For the longest time, nobody knew who this man was or where he came from. All we know is that he only appears at night, and he seems to be trapped inside of a building. Now, before I show you exactly what I mean by this, take a good look at this photo. It may not look like much now, but believe it or not, this photo has been the key to solving this entire mystery. In fact, just by looking at this photo, I knew exactly who the man in the window was and why he looked so sad. Let me explain. To start off, I want you to notice his hands. As you can see, his hands are extremely long and skinny. His fingers are also very long and oddly shaped. When I saw this, I immediately thought of a specific group of people known as the Himba. I don't want to offend anyone, so I won't go into detail about who the Himba, but basically, they're a group of people from a remote village in Africa. They're known for their unique lifestyle and appearance, and believe it or not, they have a very interesting tradition. As you can see, the Himba live very simple lives. Their houses aren't much more than a pile of sticks and mud. They also wear very little clothing and spend most of their days taking care of their cattle. The Himba men typically have long, skinny bodies with sharp cheekbones and big, protruding eyes. The men also typically wear necklaces made out of animal bones and teeth. What's even stranger is that the Himba men often have very long fingers. In fact, some of their fingers are so long and thin, they almost look alien-like. So now, take a good look at the man in the window once again. Don't you think it's strange that he also has long, thin fingers? Could it be possible that this man is part of the Himba tribe? It definitely makes a lot of sense. And to be honest, I think it's pretty likely. But there's one thing that doesn't quite add up. If you look closely at the man in the window, you'll see that he's wearing pants. The Himba men never wear pants. So why is this man wearing pants? Is he hiding something? Well, I think there's only one way to find out. What I did next was try and get a closer look at the man in the window. I wanted to see if I could identify anything else about him. But unfortunately, every time I got close, he seemed to disappear. At first, I thought this was because of bad camera quality. But after testing out several different cameras, I realized there was something else going on here. Whatever this man is, he seems to be able to hide from modern technology. No matter how good the camera, he always manages to disappear. Of course, I didn't let this stop me. I was determined to uncover the truth behind the man in the window. So I did the only thing I could think of. I went back to the original photo and tried to enhance it. After spending hours editing the photo, I finally got the results I was looking for. Take a look at this. Now, it may not look like much to you, but trust me, this is huge. What I was able to determine from the enhanced photo is that the man in the window is actually wearing a traditional Himba necklace. If you look closely, you can see that he's wearing a necklace made out of beads and animal bone. This is a very rare sight, as these necklaces are only worn by the Himba tribe. So it seems almost certain that this man is part of the Himba. But there's still one question I need answered. Why does he look so sad? Well, after doing some more research, I found out that the reason the man is sad is because he's been cursed. You see, there is a legend among the Himba people about a man who left the tribe to explore the world. He wanted to see what life was like outside of the village, so he packed up his things and left without telling anybody. The other Himba believed that he was a coward who was running away from his problems, so they put a curse on him. They claimed that he would forever be trapped outside of the village, forced to watch everyone he loved grow old and pass away. And that's why the man in the window looks so sad. He's trapped and alone. But some believe that the curse isn't real. Instead, they say that the man in the window is the devil himself. The reason he appears at night is because that S, when the veil between our world and hell is at its thinnest, he uses this time to spy on humans and tempt them with sin. That's why he appears in the window. He wants to lure us inside of his home so he can claim our souls. But this isn't the only scary theory out there. Some believe that the man in the window is actually an alien. They say that he's part of a secret alien race that lives among us. These aliens are able to perfectly mimic human behavior, which is why we've never detected them before. But this particular alien is different. He's kind of like an experiment gone wrong. Because of this, he's sad and depressed, and that's why he spends all night sitting in his window. Of course, there is no evidence to support any of these theories, but that doesn't change the fact that the man in the window is very real. And I know this because I encountered him myself. That's right. One night I was walking past the building when I heard a voice behind me. I turned around to see the man in the window. He stepped out of the window and began to walk towards me. I was terrified. I didn't know what he wanted, but I kept walking. And as soon as I looked back, he was gone. But I can promise you that he was real. Not only did I hear his footsteps, but I could feel his eyes on my back. It was the creepiest feeling I've ever experienced. And that's why I'm asking you to be careful if you ever see him. Whatever he is, he's not human and he shouldn't be messed with. So now I want to ask you, what do you think the man in the window is? Is he a cursed timber man, the devil himself, or something else entirely? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Also, if you enjoyed this video and want to see more videos like it, then be sure to leave a like rating. Thank you so much for watching.